Hi all, right, back with more enemy action Kharkov, Soviet Solo. This will be the start of Take 2 Part 21. Okay, I just came straight back after starting to put that video together for Part 20. So, still haven't had an answer to my latest query regarding supply source. And it could mean that these two units are switched around. I think that it's going to be as straightforward as that once I do get an answer. I hope. So let's move on next. Soviet Impulse. What are we going to do? Well, they two units moving away. Now, okay, one of them was away. Well, actually, it is quite relevant because this guy's been left on his own now. It's a bit harsh. I didn't come across anything that suggested that he shouldn't be left on his own. I mean, the event just looked at units that were in dangerous round one at a time in ascending order, so it's kind of left this guy behind. So it does make me wonder if we could maybe just activate 69th and get them to do the actual job that we were thinking the 40th might be needed for, because he does have an IP, but he's in a clear hex. He's only one strength, one step. So could we potentially... Sorry, yeah, I'm going to get a bit glare from that. Zoom in a little bit. I don't know if I need that on, to be honest. It got a bit dark. It's got brightened up a bit now. So that would be 3-6. Assuming we can get everybody in. Remember, we're not going to be able to get them surrounded. But what we've got, so 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I mean, you are 14 to 1 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chip pools. You've still got to get the odds chats, you've still got to hit them, and only 5 chip pools. We would need 1, 2, it still needs D3 to eliminate, so you're looking to be lucky to get one, a 9 to 1 chip or an 8 to 1 chip maybe, and get a D2 or D3 hat maybe. So yeah, well that's a possibility. We could consider that. We were going to. I was thinking I was going to activate them and move them out of the way, and then get the 40th Army to move. But now we could just maybe try that, and if it doesn't work, leave the 69th round about that guy. I mean, he's just sitting there on his own now. Other options, obviously third tank. Oh, that guy went away as well, didn't he? Yeah, that was the third guy, because that was in, where was he? I think I've got it covered, haven't I? Zimnev, if that's anything like how you pronounce it. Well, anyway, it's in there, and he relocated to back there. So, yeah, we've got a victory point sitting waiting there to just moved into. Also, that was the other good thing about the move was it was one of the guys that were here that relocated, and he was proximate to this victory point town that we left empty. Yeah. So third tank could activate and take. Yeah, there's not enough a lot of juicy targets really, is there, that we're like wanting to. They've all kind of. I mean, them going away is probably not a good thing, because it just means that there's going to be more to come at us once turn 4 kicks in, I think. They do have quite a few reserves in the units box as well, so they could still come back in. And remember, I think all of them are going to come in the reserve phase anyway. So yeah, it's going to be a interesting turn next turn. And then the other options are just with the guards army units. They've got a units card and a full army card, but what do we have combat tactic wise? Not I was wondering about an assault coordination or a reinforced battle maybe, because I suppose they could move in on this guy. 4, 8, 10, 12. 12 to 4, yeah, 3 to 1 odds with 4 chip pools in it. I mean, that's not very good. I need to be adding something to that, I think. Yeah, I still feel like they're the weakest sort of bunch, aren't they? Well, there was two, to be honest. The 69th aren't up to much either, and the 40th and the 6th weren't that heavy, but now they are, since they got reinforcements. So, the first guards, and they get a guy next turn. They're in fact, that's the only unit we get next turn. He's only a 3 strength infantry unit. And what's the other one that's kind of weak? 69th. No, I don't see them till late in the game. It is armour though, they bring, but we're talking turn 11 and 12. There's a bit to hang on to then, till then. Yeah, so I don't know. Out of that lot, I'm thinking maybe this, but I'm also thinking that, I mean, you know, if I'm finding these cards not worthy of doing anything with, then, you know, use this for artillery then. You know, I mean, that one's not so useful because it's a defensive combat tactic, can only be used on defending, so yeah. Right, I'll have a wee think and make my decision. Okay, gonna go with 69th Army, although none of the options felt that great, to be honest. But I think what I need to try and work out is where we are going, as in, you know, where's our force heading? We've already said that, and there's no way I'm going to achieve the victory totals early on. Just looking at turn 9, even turn 9 you need greater than 23. So you do need to still keep pushing, don't you? Turn 7 is great. Turn 7 is greater than 25 as well, and that's what it is. Turn 4, I think, greater than 25 to win. So I suppose we really do need to keep pushing on, don't we? I mean, it comes down to. Well, actually, turn 14, if you get greater than 16, it's actually a draw, so that's not a win for you. Of course, turn 14, that's the last turn. Okay, so if we go to the last turn, I think we're going to end up with a draw. Whereas turn 13, greater than 17, is a Soviet tactical victory. Yes, and we're sitting at 15. So we do need to push on. We do need to get some more. And you can see that all the big VP hexes have kind of dried up, haven't they? They're, well, around the areas we're in. I mean, yes, there's a 3 here, there's a 2 here, there's a 2 up there, there's a 2 over here. So all these cities, but I mean, they're far, far away. So, but I suppose we do need to try and push out to some of them, don't we? Third tank needs to head for something up that way, I think. Yeah, so I think third tank does need to do something. Popov, I suppose, need to try and do something as well. The majority of the reserves are going to be, in turn 4, are going to be from 4th Panzer Army. So that's in this area here. So they're going to come and threaten third tank. But I guess we should still be pushing up through here. Victory point here, and head for, is it Poltava? I can't quite see, it's right at the top there, but, you know, That's 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got this one here, 5. I mean, 5 from where we are is 20. So, yeah. So I think that's, yeah, I don't know, like I say. I mean, I'm not so sure about moving. Well, we've got to remember they've got to stay within their boundaries. Well, it does open up for them there. That's the boundary goes in there, so they can actually go up to the cities up there. I don't know, but they need to. I mean, when I activate third tank again, they need to be doing something, not just grabbing this. But admittedly, the 2 units stacks, we could take 2 more victory points right now actually. But it's not that we need to have them right now. We need to be on saying that. There are possible hexes where the units could reserve deploy. Maybe I should be doing that then. Maybe not so much this one, probably not reserves. Now, what have we got up there, reserves though? Yeah, there is one from the 48th, which is 4th Panzer Army. So I reckon there's a good chance if we draw a 48th card and it can deploy 1 unit, because we've only got 1, then it might well deploy into Valky there. Okay, right, there's going to be a change of mind then. I'm not going to activate 69th. I might as well try and grab these 2 victory points and play my 3rd Tank Army Units card, I think. So let's have a look. Okay, just having a look at things. I thought it was going to be a simple case of moving these guys into here and moving these guys into here. But I had a kind of wild thought about... Oh, hang on. Yeah, it doesn't reach, that's the thing. Yeah, I had a kind of wild thought about activating this as 1 in stacks and going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into Valky. And then he would actually, he's the one with 7 movement, he would actually be proximate from Valky to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into this town as well. And also that town is over in the the Army Detachment Kempf. So not the 4th Panzer Army. Now there is a core Rouse unit there, so he may well deploy there. But he's only a 2 strength infantry, so okay, I'm gonna activate that stack and I'm gonna do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna move into Valky. And when I do, I have to stop, remember. So I've got 1 movement point left, but I do have to stop. We're going to gain a victory point, we're up to 16. And this is going to be our other stack. But I'm thinking I'm just moving the 2... Yeah, you want to keep them stacked to grab. That's a full set of 3. It's just these are infantry and... Right, I'm going to activate this stack and I'm going to move these 2, 1... And yeah, I know they should be moving individually, but it doesn't really affect things when you're just going to move 2 in. And obviously, well... Actually, that's a point. Hang on. Yeah, I don't need to move them both, do I? I could just move the 2 strength one on. I guess I just want to keep the armour together, but... I think what I'll do is I'll move this guy into here. That's... this whole 2 strength bit again. I'm going to find out how it works soon, I'm gonna... I'd like to think it didn't work in a town. that's full. You could. Oh, let's just take a chance with us. Right, so he's the one that's going to come and take Zimev, and I think I'll actually move that into there and just try to create stacks, I suppose. And we gain another victory point for Zimev, up to 17. And I think it is wise to take them because, you know, there are spots where if we're proximate to a VP hex, I'm pretty sure is that not sort of the priority sort of deployment? Hex is empty or garrisoned. Yeah, amongst qualifying positions, hexes prefer a VP hex with lowest position number. So you know when they're deploying, that's the things they're going to look at first as a priority. Now some other things might restrict them from doing that, but so we did only activate 2 stacks, didn't we? These 3 units were in a stack, and then this guy was in a stack. And like I say, I'm not sure if this is clever or not by moving this up to here. But he could actually go and take this just off camera. Yeah, he could actually. He's proximate to that town now as well. Oh, let's give that a go away. Yeah, and we'll find out about the Soviets exposed card sometime soon, maybe. Yeah, okay, right, I'll tidy the rest of the units up. Well, that's our impulse over, so yeah, that was a pretty decent combat tactic. That was the other thing I was wondering about. Should I be maybe using it for that? Right, and we've got 4 cards in hand, so we need to draw up to 5. We've now got... Right, I've got 4 cards left in our deck. We're just going to draw 1, so there'll be 3 left now. And we draw 40th Army. That's the primary card, which has intelligence combat tactic, because we had... Yeah, we've got... Well, we can replace a point, actually. I don't think they had anybody, did they? Remember, it can only be a 1-stepper. I think somebody had took a hit, but they were a 3... Yeah, it was a 3-stepper that had took the hit. So that's not any good. So we've got 2 40th Army cards. 1 with artillery and the combat tactic, 1 with intelligence. Okay, right, I'll tidy the units up and then we'll get the next German impulse. Okay, on with German impulse. Just double check again if I got any response. Still no response regarding my question, so let's hope we don't get a core rouse card because we might have to make a decision. Okay, yeah, just as a reminder, I switched the 6th Army over, so 3rd tank had been activated, can't activate next impulse. Not that we have a card to do that anyway, so all good there. Right, next German card. What do we get? Right, well, it's not Corps Rouse. 3rd Corps, which are 1st Panzer Army, aren't they? And they do have a couple units that came back from the dead. So deploy all 3rd Corps reserves, and from turn 2 onwards, if at least 2 units eligible. Well, there is 2 eligible. However, there's still this tightness around this area that might stop them from deploying. Yeah, I was looking at the possibility of this guy, but remember, he can't cross into that area. That's as far as he can go. Just talking about proximate to you know, to deploy the reserves. Okay, so yeah. Well, there is 2, like I say, there's 2 reduced units that came back from being eliminated. They're both infantry units. So they come back single step, 2 strength. This is their deployment area, their 1st Panzer Army. And yeah, I'm just going to look for the big one that I feel is the one that we look straight for, and that is a Soviet unit proximate to the hex. Oh, and there's something else to look at now because we're on turn 3. Soviet unit proximate to hex, or from turn 3 and actually no, it's just on turn 3 and 4. Hex is German city, and this is the bit that we ignore. Garrisons. Soviet unit proximate to the hex, or hex is German city. Well, yeah, does that mean they might just pop in the city and not care about anything else? Quite possibly. Right, okay. Let's look at this. Well, actually, first of all, I should just double check, because I don't think we have anything proximate to in here. So we are looking for a position hex which is empty or garrisoned, or as a city hex occupied by only 1 German step, and then Soviet unit proximate to hex. Right. So let's see if there's a Soviet unit proximate. I don't think there is. These are all still locked in here. We can't move. This guy, like I said, can't cross over there, so he's not any good. 6th Army would be next, but again, yeah, I mean they're having to come around. There's not a gap. Yes, okay, we can ignore garrisons, but they're not helping. So we have nothing proximate to this, so we can skip that bit. But however, on turn 3 and 4, Soviet unit proximate to hex, or hex is German city. So I think we do have, I mean, this is not a city, it's 2 victory points, it's a map edge thing, but this is a city, Zaporozhye. Now that there, yeah, that's outside, although the numbers in there, that's the actual hex, and same there. So they are outside, they're in the 4th Panzer Army, these cities, and I don't think there's anything under here, is there? So, however, that is a city that they could deploy in then, I guess. So let's go through the hex is empty or garrisoned. Well, it's garrisoned. In reserve units army area, yes. In German reserve supply, yeah. Soviet units proximate, no. But however, or hex is German city, yes. Unit would not be in danger of surrounded, placed in hex unless, well, you know what, there's nothing near it, so yes. Hex is not Soviet town or city, and then not adjacent to German unit unless, and then among qualifying positions, well, there's only one qualifying position, and that would be that city. So, and here's another interesting follow-up to this. Okay, so it does look like we can deploy in that city, just based on this. This only happens on turn 3 and 4 according to this recipe. Maybe just get the rulebook open just to have another wee, just in case there's anything more talked about there. Deployment method A. Soviet units proximate to the hex, or 3 and 4 on game turn 3 or 4 only. The position hex is a German city. Yeah? Okay. So I'm gonna get the reserves down. Okay, so there's a 2 reserves. Like I say, they came back, they were eliminated, they came back. They come back is just 1 step. But once they then get out on the map, any more replacements, they can come back to full strength, you know. Well, they can come back to 2 steps. If they happen to be more than that, they can't go any further than that. Right, and we're doing this in ascending order, aren't we? Yeah, check eligible units for reserve box, one at a time, ascending order. So this is selector number 17. So I think he's going to go in the city. Okay, this is kind of new, something I've not done before though, so you do sort of have a slight doubt about things. It's awful far away from things, but it still appears to be following the Method A rules there. Now, yeah, and the thing I thought was straight. I thought, okay, well that guy's going in there. We've not got another city, but however, the very first criteria is hex is empty or garrisoned, or is city hex occupied by only 1 German step. So now we've got this guy deployed. This is a city still, but it's only got one step. And then when we get down to obviously checking Soviet unit proximate to hex, okay, we're not proximate to that hex, but the or is hex is a German city. So I think they both get deployed in there. I think the first one gets deployed first, and then because there's only 1 step in the city, and we're on turn 3 and 4, the second unit gets deployed there too to strengthen the city. Yeah. And all the other conditions are met. Obviously, if the first one can go in there, the second one can also. I mean, it would not mean if the first one would be in a 2 strength unit into there, then no, that one wouldn't have been placed in there and probably wouldn't have been deployed. But that was a 1 step unit, so there we go. Okay, I think that's good. And yeah, this is a card that got shuffled in that we missed it as well. Oh, time's all out of sync now. What will we do? Right, anyway, that's German Impulse done. 27 minutes in. We should probably squeeze in another Impulse here. You know what that means? That things are going to take forever now for the next one. Right, I'll have a look anyway. Okay, yeah, we can still push on and do another Soviet Impulse. Yeah, the hand to card's not looking so great now, but it can't be brilliant all the time. I mean, the 40th Army are pretty decent though. But I think we talked about this the last time and almost done it, and then we realised why not take the Times, get another couple of victory points. Yeah, I mean the odds are going to be like, I suppose it's 14-1 or something. Not an awful lot of chip pools. Could backfire a little bit, but yeah. So I think I'm probably going to activate the 69th Army. I feel like it's a bit of waste chucking in a combat tactic, but I seem to be reluctant to use combat tactics now. So, although I quite liked the intelligence one. I think the very first time I tried to use it though, it just didn't do anything at all, which was a shame. But yeah, okay. Let me think. Okay, so going to go with that. I know it's maybe a slightly funny angle, but it just lets me get round the side a bit easier. So yeah, I mean, we did realise we can't get in and out there, can we? There's no way of doing it. No. So he's a 3, he's a 3. So we're activating 69th. Oh yeah, that's got a replacement point as well, but no. We've not got any eliminated units yet as well, so we can't even look towards that. Special NKVD, oh that's 1 to 2 enemy. Yeah, I should maybe look at just in case there's events, I'm glossing over that. Yeah, no. Okay, so I'm going to activate all units 69th Army. yeah, I'm going to move this guy 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 3 stacks in there, and then move these 2 guys 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to hope that it doesn't go all pear-shaped. You know, I'm not overly concerned about these guys. That's not very nice, but 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. So 14, 1 chip pool each. But like we say, this guy's only on 1 strength. So 14 to 1. Need the D20. 14 to 1 and 5 chip pools, unless you're thinking about doing something. I mean, I just don't feel it's worth it for that guy. I mean, I've got the Guards Army Artillery, which I'd be happy to use. I mean, I've got artillery or intelligence on these cards, but if it was a more important looking battle, then, you know, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to do it. Hopefully I draw a couple of high odds chits. Right, okay, we'll take the chance for that. So Germans get to draw a combat tactic. They draw Army Group South card. Okay, I've got lucky with that one again, I think. Mind you, I think it was the activate all German units within 3 hexes. Well, this is a big card actually. This is the biggest card. Yeah, well, actually, yeah, there might have been some shenanigans going on beside Popov, I think that's where it would have happened. However, it's not happening. The combat tactic is from turn 4 onwards, intelligence and artillery. That's nasty, that, eh? But we're on turn 3, fortunately, so that goes away and we get lucky. Okay, where are we? We're up there, sorry. Better positioned here. Okay, move the dice up top there so you can see them. So 14 to 1, 5 chip pools maximum, 1 minimum. He is just infantry, however we are infantry too. He has an IP, he's in a clear hex, he's not surrounded. Yeah, none of it's terribly brilliant, but we do want high odds chits. 6 to 1, 8 to 1, 9 to 1, bring it on. I don't think I've seen anything greater than 9 to 1, but if there's one out there, yeah, we'll take that as well. Okay, I'll go and get the 1 minimum chit and we'll see where we're at. Okay, and it was artillery, and yeah, if we'd played it would have counted, but we didn't play it. Right, yeah, odds chits, big odds. Right, we need, well, we're getting 4 more, so I'll go and get the 4. Right, that is the off-colour one, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I wasn't, again, just slight colour issues with that. Well, I don't mean, I'm no colour blind. I'm a train driver, so I'm not allowed to be colour blind. So City Town Woods is not, it's a clear hex, and it's dispersed unsupplied in the back. So that is a replenished chip, but again, we've still not got anything in the set aside cup. So they'll all get shuffled in again. So we seem to be drawing these quite a lot. So we've still got 3 chits to draw. Okay, I'm not happy. I was like, right, City Woods, right, well, we might get a clear. I mean, I know I've seen it before, the clear is just not great. We're taking a hit. Would you believe that? So 2 more chits to pull. I really want a big high-end chits draw because I want to get an A-. I know some of the 891s are going to give an A-, because I don't want to take a hit here. That would be harsh. Right, right, 2 to come. Oh dear, come on. Seriously? IP Crossfire. And just going to double check it, but he's got an IP on him and I'm pretty sure that applies. Oh, this is going terrible. What am I looking for? Combat chats, yeah. IP crossfire applies if defender occupies an IP. So there we go. So that's going to apply. It's going to take a hit away from him and give us another hit. We're sitting at 2 hits. We're sitting at A2 and G and D -1 and 1 shit to pull. It's got to be a 91. And by the way, if I do happen to draw that, guys, remember, I didn't mess about, right? I know it's unlikely, but, well, here we go. I'll just keep you on camera, actually, while I'm getting it. There's just one to go anyway, so. Right, that one away down the bottom there. No, it's not applying. Attack of command 5, no. And then on the other side, it's disperse unsupplied, and our command card was 3. What horrible combat. So nothing, no hits to them and 2 hits to us. So 2 hits to the Soviets. Soviets are shuffled all the chits back into the cup. Yeah, again, you can't see me get any set aside this turn. And we've got 2 hits to take. Well, that went well, didn't it? Not. So, I don't know, I mean, do we just take 1 hit and disperse these guys? Right, we're taking the hit on that guy because we've no armoured units or large units, and I mean, if I disperse, it doesn't mean that they're around this guy and the 40th Army can't really get in. Which, I mean, we've got 2 40th Army cards, so I suppose potentially we could move up a bit and then come in and flank them from behind, but so that was 1 hit satisfied. You know what, I'm going to do it. I mean, we've only got 3 cards left in our deck, so I'm going to disperse to soak up that second hit. Not ideal, but I don't mean, it's not that guy's that important in there, you know. I mean, he's just sort of, he's on the way to where we're going, well, wherever that might be. I'm not quite sure yet, but so I don't want to just leave him behind to I mean, they could probably creep in and grab victory points behind us, maybe, you know. Okay, so that didn't go well at all, did it? This shows you 14-1 odds and we got 2 hits on us. Right, so that's our impulse over, and yeah, we should be able to get another German one in, and we'll draw back up to 5, so leaving us 2 cards left in our draw pile. We draw, oh Jesus, right, okay, 40th Army units card, so we've got 3 40th Army cards now. That combat tactic is NKVD. I'm not sure about that one. I did look at it before, didn't I? That's a game turn 3 card as well, you know, so that just came into the game. So we got both of them in our hand. So yeah, so it's there's our hand. 340 Army cards and 2 first cards. Not the best. Well, you know what, that might mean that we can maybe move up round there and then get a go on that guy, maybe. Get him surrounded too, I suppose. And 2 cards left in our deck, so... Okay, right, back. Well, I'll straighten the units up and then we'll get another German impulse. So, right, next German impulse, however, hang on. Not 3rd tank was activated. Who did we activate there? 69th. Hopeless. Okay. Right, let's get the next German card then. See what they're going to do this time. That's 57th Panzer Corps. 57th Panzer Corps. I thought oh no, we didn't eliminate him, did we? He's still here. That's the only guy we've got. They get a bunch of them next turn. So deploy all 57 Panzer Corps reserves. There is none. From 3 plus, replace 2 steps and 57 Panzer Corps. Well, he is reduced, but they need to have at least 2, because he's wanting to replace 2 steps, so we would need to have another one that was reduced, that was 1 step, or something eliminated units box. So he's not going to do that. So we're going to move on to 4th Panzer Army Delaying Force. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I feel confident about that. It doesn't carry out the replacement there. It needs to have at least the number on here to be able to do it. So 4th Panzer Army Delaying Force. Delaying Force. In the indicated German army area, place a garrison in the empty position hex that is in German reserve supply, a VP hex, or within 5 hexes of a German unit, and to which the Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. Well, there you go. We've grabbed 2 victory points there that we would have lost one of these, wouldn't we? Because it would have placed the garrison. Well, not necessarily lost them, but not made so easy to get, because it would have went for both of them, wouldn't it? Pretty sure, because we are proximate to both. Right, German reserve supply, and a victory point hex, or within 5 hexes of a German unit, and its preferred is going to be a victory point hex. And then it needs to be to which a Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent, because we know about the adjacency in garrisons. So, and then 4th Panzer Army is between these 2 lines here. Yeah, so that's what I was saying. I was saying that this guy is proximate to way up here, but this is in the detachment Kempf, which isn't so strong. Well, I don't know. Maybe it is. But this guy is proximate to that, but it's in the other army area. So he's not proximate to a VP, any more VP hexes that are empty. And that's what we're trying to do. Find an empty position hex. So, okay, so it looks like VPs are out. So the next one, well, the next preference is removes dangerous round from a German unit, and the third preference is the lowest numbered position. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually wondering if it might actually be down here, because I'm pretty sure this guy is in dangerous surround. This guy's not. Well, actually, just because this unit moved down, if you get close to the action, 1, 2, but he would have to get across the river to get at this guy, wouldn't he? Yeah, he's not, but he can move into here, and this guy can't. Remember, he's adjacent to a garrison, so we ignore that. So that guy is surroundable, and yeah, we knew that from before, because he was one of the guys we were wanting to try and relocate, weren't we? So could it be considered to be right? If a garrison goes there, that doesn't help. But if a garrison was to went there, it's possible. In German reserve supply, so to double check that that would be fine. It could go up over there, that's fine. It just needs to hit that road there. So 1, 2, 3, and then it's away. So that's fine. A VP hex, or within 5 hexes of a German unit. It's not a VP hex, but it is within. Oh, it's 5 hexes of a German unit. Was I thinking Soviet unit before? No, I don't think it matters. Right, okay, well, it does matter, but yeah, so it is within 5 hexes of a German unit, and to which the Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. He's proximate but he's not adjacent. And then it would prefer a VP hex. Well, we're not getting that. And then this is one we're trying to do: remove dangerous surround from a German unit. So does that do that? And by the way, if it happened to be this hex, this is a lower position hex. So if this can, and I already said this can't remove dangerous surround, but can this though? I might be talking rubbish. It might not, but I actually get the feeling it might, because yeah, because we're going to struggle to find something in there. We can't move through here, so it's going to have to come from this guy around the back, I think. One, yeah, it's not going to work, really, is it? That would be 1, 2, 3 to move into there. 4, 5, 6. Hang on then. What does it say? 1? No, it's 1 to cross the minor river and 2 to go into Broken. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're seeing if that removes dangerous surround. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you would have to stop there because you'd be adjacent to the garrison anyway. Yeah, actually, I think we still can surround them then if we can get to there, because that means we can zone of control here. Yeah, and all we need to do is move one of these guys into there, and something needs to move into there, because at the moment he's still got an out hex into here. So, but however, we can just move a unit into there, and then zone of control. Yeah. So that does not remove dangerous surround by placing a garrison there, unfortunately. So we need to find something else. And, well, actually, that was the lowest number, so can we look at that one then? That doesn't help, does it? Because this guy just goes here, he goes here, surrounded. Yeah, that's rubbish. Okay. And I don't think there's anybody else in dangerous surround. Well, certainly I did glance at that guy, but nah, he's not in dangerous surround. He is, but we can't help him out. Yeah, I was going to say, could we not put it here, but it's not adjacent to a Soviet unit. It just falls away. Yeah, so I don't think we can help that guy. Is the second SS unit there in any danger? I don't think he is, but it's just with this guy. Yeah, this is too much to get through. I think 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait a minute. 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I think this guy can get around the back easy enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. See, when you look at them, Grant, you can see them. You know. Yeah, these are the couple of things that I missed in that first playthrough. So he is in dangerous surround. Can we help him out with a garrison then? What am I doing? Delaying force. 4th Panzer Army area and German reserve supply. VP hex on 5 hexes of a German unit. Well, it's probably going to be, yeah. To which the Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. As a VP hex, right, removes dangerous surround. Right, let's try and see if we can find. So if I put Well, I'm just looking round about. This is 88, so let's look at the lowest number. If I put a garrison there, does that protect that guy? How did we get to him before? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but we'd only get to here. We'd only get to 5 now if the garrison was there. Which I'm not sure. This guy's got quite a range, though, hasn't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He can only get in there, can't he? He can't get into there. I don't believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because he's got a. That's 7. It's 7, 8 into there. So at the moment, this guy's got an out hex here. You know what? I'd like a wee red cube or something like that. A different coloured cube that I could mark a hex that I believe that the unit could move into to prove that he's not a dangerous round. Could do with something like that. I can't think. Red cubes. I don't think I've got any red wooden cubes. It doesn't have to be red, Grant. I suppose it's, I suppose right now I could just sort of put maybe a dark blue cube. Then we're getting a bit confused though. There's lots of different colours. So yeah, that could well be then. Yeah, because I think it's this guy that's got to go round the back. I don't think any of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, we can get up here. There's got to be him that tries to get around the back, and that's the best he can do. I mean, he can get to here, but that's still not. I could mark that. I don't think that's still not helping. And this is the hex that we're trying to get a zone of control on. These units 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I don't think we can get a zone of control on that dark blue cube hex there. And I picked this one first, basically because it's the lowest number. So, there's. I was going to look at, what was it? Actually, that probably wouldn't work. But I was going to look at that one first. But I figured, well, that's 88 if it comes down to it. I mean, we've got 80 and 73 down here. My guess is they're not going to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, and he's round the back, and then same thing. So, yeah, it's trying to block this hex off, isn't it? So 80, 73. That's 88. 74's in here. Ooh, wait a minute then. It's because it does block off here. That's quite an interesting one, eh? Ouch. Right, 1, 2, 3. Well, that's the same as going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's not going very far there, is he? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, that's weird. That this hex here, I think, could be stopping that guy from being surrounded too. You wouldn't have thought it, but just because of the path of the roads there. And this guy, he can't even go 1, 2 and then carry on because, well, that probably slow him down anyway enough to not be able to make it. Now, with nothing further down here that can come up, so I mean, it is just based on the 3rd tank units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, but if he goes down this side, there's nobody to go up the back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that is as far as that can go. And if he goes round the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's just the same. Okay. Well, there we go. So both of these would stop this unit becoming in dangerous around. This is hex position number 88 though. So and then the last preference is lowest numbered hex, lowest numbered position. Oh, yeah, we're looking at it right, yeah. Worried to get muddled up with him. Same with that one that says position. I started panicking when I read that again. It was Martin's comments. I was looking back on the first playthrough and I came across Martin's comments about you're reading that wrong. It's position hex, not just any hex. I was like, oh no. I started bringing it back to me. I thought, oh, don't tell me I've done that again. I think that's just kind of easy one to miss. So do we garrison this hex then after all that? 74? Is that what happens? I think so. It's in the German army area. It's in German reserve supply. Yeah, I mean it's on the actual road. It's not a VP hex, but it is within 5 hexes of a German unit. Just mind you, admittedly, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then to which a Soviet unit is proximate but not adjacent. Soviet unit is proximate here. And then prefer a position that is a VP hex. No. Removes dangerous round from a German unit. This guy was surroundable. We could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and surround him. We cannot do that anymore because of that garrison. Yeah, and it's although this one was the same, this is the lowest position that can do it. And I think, did I not look at? I looked at 73 and 80. Did I not? What about 68, Grant? Come on. Do we not? 68? Let's pretend this isn't here. I think these can just go up the road, can they not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So moving it to here does not help, and no. That's it. It's going there. That feels good to me. Long time getting there. Yeah, I'm sure you're getting used to it. If you've not, well, to be honest, the people that are watching this have got used to all this. I think, or maybe just gloss over and just wait on an outcome and fast forward it, or watch it at time speed or whatever. Just get to the point, Grant. Get to where it is. Okay. Right. Well, we managed to scrape that into an hour. Oh, that was 2 impulses though on either side. So there is that. That was good. Right. I've been at it a while today, so I'm not so sure I'll be able to get. Yeah, I should be able to get back. Um, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, hang on. Just let me check. See if I've got an answer to that question before I move on. Okay, so still haven't had an answer to that. So I do need to take a bit of a break just now, though. Hopefully, we'll be back for another impulse a bit later before the end of the night. Hopefully, and hopefully we'll clear up that question. And yeah, I mean we've got a. Not sure what we're going to do next impulse. Our hand is maybe not the best anymore, but however. Okay, I'll be back. That'll be, well, this is part 21, so next part will be part 22. That's how it works, isn't it? Okay, cheers.